Western flows. Bro looks like he's about to drive into a Looney Tunes cartoon. Glacier Rivers, Alaska. A cup of this water at 3 a.m. would go crazy. Egypt looks incredible. The part of Egypt they don't show you. Would you go here? My friends would flip the boats over and drown us all. I usually take pictures of the ocean. Wait, I'm sorry. These are not photos, but drawings. Pig Mountain in Algeria. Looks more like a hedgehog to me. Obsessing over these sofas. Imagine losing the remote in that green one. Japan versus anime. Victorian houses in the winter. This waterhole in Portugal looks like a portal to another dimension. Years of graffiti pile up. In very rare circumstances, it is possible to see a full 360-degree rainbow from a plane. Target locked. Firing lesbian ray. The tiny island of that name is often crowned with its own individual cloud. My uncle's house is insane. The serenity and quiet here is unreal. I found them. The frosted mega wheats. This horse getting a haircut is the most satisfying thing I've seen in a while. The location versus the shot. Can't believe she had the courage to stand outside the plane to take that picture. An abandoned fishing village in China, reclaimed by the nature. I think I just grabbed a picture of the stairway to heaven. An aerial view of Manhattan from photographer Andrew Griffith. They should put more buildings and towers in the green part. Normal people have no idea how beautiful the darkness is. Elephant Rock, Iceland. This is an old god sleeping. Jupiter's moon. Why do they get a nice moon and we don't? Sand-covered snow in the desert in Saudi Arabia. The forbidden tiramisu. Thinking about this library in the south of France. France has some of the best architecture, I swear. Always on my mind. I hate to break it to you, but this isn't a real place. Just some digital art where I mentally want to be. Mumbai installs first traffic signal with LEDs on traffic pole. Need these in my city ASAP. Ice cream is better than frozen yogurt and you can't convince me otherwise. Bruh, as if the bag would ever be that full. Imagine being here with your other half. Imagine being here by yourself. New York Street. NYC don't be looking like this in the winter, trust me. The city of Barcelona from the sky. Is this too much to ask for? That's all nice until like 7:30. Bloody hell. Look how satisfying February 2021 is. Frozen lakes after an Arctic freeze in Lake Erie. 1500 drones illuminate the night sky into a mythical flying dragon. Imagine taking a nap on this bed. I would forget where I was and roll out of the bed into the ocean. Was peeling this hard-boiled egg and the shell came off in satisfying 2 big pieces. Me, anytime I see a pretty sunset. Ah yes, my favorite genre of sculptures. Hey, you know what would be extremely fucked up to see in the woods at night? The world I want to live in. Sunset in Australia. I would cry if I witnessed this. Cat lover builds a special hollowed out enclosure in fish tank so that his cat can have a closer view. The kind of road we need more of. Imagine being 14 lanes over from your exit. A city in Germany has sleeping pods located in and around the city for homeless people. When one is activated, a social worker will visit them in the morning to make sure they're okay. Roller coaster restaurant in Germany where food is served on roller coasters. Stairway, glass palace, and crystal stairway. The garden in Canada is absolutely mind-blowing. Snorkeling with sea turtles is definitely on my bucket list. Tinkerbell, that's my cat's name. The moment lightning hit a tree in Moorfield, West Virginia, June 2022. I put a marble on my phone's flashlight. I think I created a mini-universe. That is too much power for one human being. This is so satisfying to me. They're free, yes, but at what cost? 16 cents. Scientists discover 113 million-year-old dinosaur tracks after drought in Texas completely dries up local river. Pro tip, if you take the ice tray out of your freezer, you have unlimited ice. Floating see-through dome lets fish look at you from the outside world. Gaze into the fish orb and let its inhabitants judge you. I'll never get over the disappointment I felt when I found out the Eurotunnel was this and not this. If you ever wondered what exactly cats do with their paw and limbs when they loaf, here you go. The Museum of Ice Cream in New York. And here we see the silicone that was originally in the breast of an idiot. And here we see a judgmental idiot that doesn't know the difference between an implant and a jellyfish. I thought it was a contact lens for anime people. This is the beautiful and colorful Pebble Shore Lake in Glacier National Park, Montana. A town designed to look like a drought-burdened desert that is stealthy as hell. Imagine looking down at that from an aeroplane. You would never know there was a city down there. The lights from my room reflected from my window and it looked amazing in the sky. I prefer the mystic cloud of nostalgia to the real thing, to be honest. The longest ever Viking longship was unearthed by accident during renovations of a Danish longship museum. I can't stop watching this artwork. I thought it was a bubble wrap sheet over an artwork. Brand new photos of Jupiter from the Juno spacecraft. Good to know that Van Gogh had a say in designing this planet. One of the coolest looking libraries ever. The Kansas City Public Library. What a shot taken from Melbourne, Australia. Does thou wished to be dunked upon, sire? A once in a lifetime shot. The Milky Way lightning and storm in one shot. The only thing keeping me sane is knowing that there is an animal called sea squid, and they look like cute blobs that are surprised. Artin Island is an interactive gallery in the Philippines that allows guests to be a part of optical illusions. This is what Ice Canyon, Greenland looks like. This video makes me so happy. The sky was so pretty tonight. Croissant dragons. This door is real. The rest is graffiti. Thread painting, such a cool medium. High-key wish that sunsets look like this. Watching the rain roll in. Well, the first one is the tip of a hypodermic needle. The second one is a viper's fang. The third one is a spider's fang. The fourth one is the stinger of a scorpion. Watching acrylic painting art is so satisfying. Campfire lighting. National Geographic picture of the year. Black images are shadows of zebras. Zoom in and you will see zebras. Santorini. If only I wasn't Brocorini. Taken with my iPhone. Holy damn, that's insane. Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Never knew I needed to see hot water being poured onto M&Ms until now. Perhaps these cakes featuring animals with even smaller cakes will bring you joy. I need this. This is the kind of thing I have in mind when I say I want something to drink. Fluffy pancake burgers. Why do they look like teeth you see in a dentist? It's drizzling and I had to close my skylight, but look how pretty. Skylights have a vibe that nobody talks about. After a year and 3 months, I am now saying goodbye to my Vaseline. First time I've actually seen someone finish their Vaseline before losing it. Bro gave me a side quest. I honestly need this kind of study cube. I would still find a way to get distracted. Can you spot the animal hiding in this picture? I'm convinced there is no animal in this picture. The library at Yale is basically the dream. Fun fact about this library. If a fire starts in the library, all the oxygen leaves the building, killing all who are inside to protect the rare books. My camera could never. I would be left with a white dot. Bro casually mentions he can summon raccoons with his flute. Imagine waking up in this apartment with a beautiful view like this. I want this, but I only want to pay $500 a month for it. Fascinating oil paintings. For everyone who asks what it's like to be when I don't have my contacts in or glasses on. Nothing more satisfying than the barber using this to remove hair. These are the places I always see in my dreams. I made this squashed Squidward rug. Squished wood. Yes, no matter how old I get, stationery will always make me excited. Pink mushrooms have my whole heart. If this room has an air conditioner, I would never leave this bed. I don't want a career. I want to be a sleepy lamb carried around by donkeys. Hobbit Village in New Zealand. How am I doing? Tree growing around a power line. This is just a cool building. I present to you River Underwater. River Underwater. We live in a magical place. I don't always throw shade, but when I do. Time-lapse photo of hundreds of sunsets. This may be the best photo in existence. Details in anime. Same road, 4 seasons. Could you believe that these are paintings? A sea of 4.5 million baby blue-eyed flowers in Japan's seaside park. I want to visit here. Prosthetic and accessories. Prosthetics and medical wearables should have a room to become fashion statements, and no boring person will change my mind. The setup versus the shot. The fact that this hotel doesn't exist hurts my feelings. The craziest thing I've seen in my life. This is the rare swamp phenomenon. The rainbow sheens are the results of natural oils released by decaying vegetation. Be right back. Going outside to wistfully observe the reflection of the shop lights in the wet streets. That's what I'm fucking talking about. This is too adorable to eat. The Dior store at Tokyo is gorgeous. The Holland Sea of flowers in full bloom. Over 30 million tulips. Sky whale, sky whale. No, look at the position of the tail fins. They're perpendicular rather than parallel to the ground. That's a sky shark. Is there any worse art than I'm afraid of and unfamiliar with the latest technology art? The only thing that makes me happy is looking at this house, currently listed for 500k. This house is filled with water and is about to burst. Medusa in her throne. Unpopular opinion. Greek mythology needs more live action movies. I'm tired of rewatching Percy Jackson. I like to take pictures of sunsets through binoculars because it makes them look like planets. Asparagus clouds are so rare that they were only officially classified in 2009. We know little about them, other than the fact that they look completely mesmerizing. Nouveau chairs by that name, Italy, 1967. If I sit down, I ain't ever standing up. My hands and feet all of the time. Dinner is served. Drop your phone in that drink, and it's going to charge to 256%. Herders spraying reflective paint on their reindeer's antlers to avoid road accidents leads to absolutely surreal and scary pictures. I see nothing scary about this majestic and delightful rave reindeer. Welcome to the inconvenience store. We have currently crying because I literally grew the most beautiful peppers ever. There's an enchanting hidden cave with sapphire water in Arizona. This forgotten castle was abandoned after a fire in 1932. This tunnel was shaped over many years as trains traveled through the lines 3 times a day, molding the surrounding trees. Now abandoned, the track is a romantic spot for an afternoon stroll. Symbolic blessings. The land will soon awaken from its slumber. The Machoca Abyss is a sinkhole sinkhole in the Moravia system in Czech Republic. The popular mean girls walking through the school halls in a teen movie. The prophecy has been fulfilled. POV, you're going for a walk in the suburbs at night. I think we need to go back to flip phones so I can properly hang up on a motherfucker. Need the satisfaction of that slam. I heard you guys might like this. This faucet's water is running through the drain without touching it. I bought a house and renovated the entire place during 3 lockdowns. You can't sink in the water in Oasis, Egypt because of the intense salt concentration. I just know the salt would stop concentrating when it's on me. The night before a day off is actually more satisfying than the actual day off. A drone flew over an active volcano and the footage is insane. It's 6 in the morning and they expect me to walk through this and come out the other end mentally and sound. I have no desire to eat Tide Pods, but I do want to drink the forbidden nectar. You just found a magical little meow in the sky. You have to do nothing, you just get good luck. Langkawi Sky Bridge in Malaysia. A fire rainbow is a rare phenomenon that only occurs when the sun is higher than 58 Fahrenheit above the horizon and its light passes through cirrus clouds made of ice crystals. Amateur photographer Stuart Murray captures extremely rare angel with wings sunset in Scotland. Fairy pools in the Isle of Skye, Western Scotland. Stop asking me, what are you doing? I'm literally thinking about these wedding venues. Super awesome opal cubes. I want to put these in my mouth really badly, but I know they're rocks, so I'm getting pissed off. Pat shell gently and receive slime. 11 out of 10 product design. I can't help but imagine a life like this. A little crab cleaning its eyes. Anyways, do you guys want to see my cool rocks? This is my grandfather's rock. It is probably a garnet, which he mined out himself when he was in college studying to be a geologist. My homie got married and had pizza and nuggets from Chick-fil-A. Ladies, what's your thoughts? Imagine a guest at your wedding posting your wedding food on Twitter to spark discussion. Oh hey MTV, welcome to my crib. Latest project, what do y'all think? I think you need a wife. The Home Depot giant skeleton is the only good thing to collectively happen to us this year, and I love him. With no tourists around, Australian scuba tour operators have planted more than 1,000 pieces of coral at the Great Barrier Reef to help restore the marine ecosystem. These are the lakes in Mount Kitamutupu, Indonesia. The lakes change color from blue to green to black or red unpredictably. Puts this in your pocket. My newest piece I painted today during a 5-hour session. The Hunt oil painting on 24x36 canvas. Tones of the ocean. Was not expecting the end, but very satisfying. Eerie driftwood figures roaming the forest by a Japanese artist, which name I can't pronounce. Autumn in Britain does not look like this. I mean, I don't know. Mermaid by that name. Okay, that's fucking terrifying and cool. Whoa, I love this interpretation of mermaids. Not human-sized, but the size of like a blue whale. Are you okay? You've barely touched your croissant. The morning dew perfectly captured my dog's erratic freedom run. Look at him go. No internet, no electronics or electricity. You only got food and bay here. Can you stay here for a year? No. Glass Beach, California. Monet's Pond in Japan. Salvatore Dali in collaboration with Walt Disney. This is hauntingly pretty. Almost died making this happen, but here is my balcony, before and after. This is incredible. You're lucky you didn't die. The clam before the storm. What an aesthetically pleasing meme. I think this is it. My aesthetic. The sea, a beautiful sky, and a pun. I'd be like, I know a place, then take you here. Amazing white northern lights as seen from Finland. Algarve Caves in Portugal. Obsessed with the sea-weathered saint on the church near Hartpool Headland. There's something fantastically wild and eldritch about her. I had a Bob Ross painting party for my birthday. Love my friends. Best day ever. The scariest bridge in Maine is impossible to avoid. What is this aesthetic called? People calling this apocalypse core and all sorts of stuff. This is just England. The high-quality stainless steel spoon is sure to impress your guests. Create an amazing illusion whenever scooping sugar. A lightning bolt struck our electric fence. Never realized how gross and sad Mount Rushmore looks like when you can actually see the whole mountain. There's something in the forest that's making these flowers bloom. So I've been offering some sweets and shiny things, and now I can hear whispered thank yous. A Tibet monk blesses the deer that gathered around him, and someone snaps a picture. Upon viewing the picture, they notice a rainbow had appeared. I'm pretty sure this is the happiest picture I've seen in a long time. Magic is real. The guy at Walmart looked at me like I was weird for taking a picture of my paint before he could mix it. I thought it was awesome. NASA trying to eat the moon. Do you want to hang out with me? Or later here today? The funniest thing I've seen in a long time. My view from work. Unedited panorama from my roof. Holy shit. What planet are you from? I've just been made aware of painter Alex that name, who paints banks on fire, and I feel so calm. My mum knew I was sad, so she went out, and when she came back inside, she called me up to her room and showed me this. He wants to go to the aquarium with me. I want to stand in a cold room for 2 hours straight and look at jellyfish and maybe pet a small stingray. Emotionally, I am here. A picture of every extraterrestrial body that robots from mankind have landed on. This 14th century Archangel Gabriel in the VA Museum has 2 scars where their wings used to be that always makes me feel some kind of way. In London, there is a rain room in which rain falls everywhere except at the place where the person is located. A library built in Minecraft. I want to own a fairy-themed bakery with a library and sell little treats like these. This Brazilian jungle house is a dream to live in until the mosquitoes show up. A Korean news program actually filming on the top of a building instead of using a green screen. Look at what they took from us. They tried to make it look all chic and shit. Like, girl, it's McDonald's. Shut up. I was in marketing for 40 years and thought the perfect packaging didn't exist. Yeah, I would buy that purely for the cute factor. POV, the unemployed friend at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, waking up from a good dream and then going back to sleep, and the dream picks up from where it left off, winning the lottery, doing the deed. Our village Christmas lights are designed by the local primary kids, and they are the single best reason about the festive season. Sage green is so pretty. When I say my favorite color is green, this is what I mean. Speaking of pretty flowers, may I present to you the 18 scholars, the flower of my heart, a variation of Camellia japonica. Its uniqueness lies in the layers and layers of petals. One flower can hold as much as 130 petals. This is a photo, yes folks, a photo, of the Halkana tree tunnel. At one point in time, this was a Roman road located in England. It was once a busy thoroughfare, but after so many centuries of relative disuse, it is now a breathtaking remnant. I really admire the design for these stairs and how they incorporate a wheelchair access ramp in a world where barrier-free design is essential to living a full and happy life. It's amazing to see landscape architect Cornelia Oberlander has taken literal steps to design stairs around a ramp instead of the other way around. This is beautiful. Form and function. Excuse me while I die. So there's this place opening up in Delaware by Christina Mall called Main Event March 6th, and it's going to have bowling, 2-story laser tag, a gravity rope course, and a zip line, like 120 interactive virtual video games, and more. And I wanted to share because it looks so cool. I'm not even sponsored as well. It's just cool. This is what an igloo looks like when you build a fire inside. The fire inside melts the inner layer of ice, and the cold outside refreezes it, adding a layer of insulation that can keep the igloo at 60 degrees inside, while it's at -50 outside.